The story of the Integra really starts with the birth of the Acura brand itself. In 1986, Acura made its debut, and the Integra was one of the two inaugural models, alongside the more luxurious Acura Legend. This wasn't just some random product. The goal was to create something more upscale and sport-oriented than the standard Civic, which the Integra was closely related to from the very start. The first generation, which ran from 1986 to 1989, was a breakout success. Its athletic styling, highlighted by those unforgettable pop-up headlights, made it a hit. Critics and consumers alike instantly recognized it as one of the best front-wheel drive cars on the market. Under the hood, it wasn't about brute force. It was about smart, rev-happy engineering. The DOHC 1.6-liter inline-4 engine made around 113 horsepower and 99 pound-feet of torque. Later, it bumped those numbers slightly to 118 horsepower and 103 pound-feet. But here's something you might not know. It was a monster on the track. In 1988, it absolutely dominated, winning both the IMSA International Sedan Manufacturers and Drivers' Championships for the second year in a row. So, it was a proper winner right out of the gate, not just a stylish commuter. Now, with the second generation, from 1990 to 1993, is where things really started to get interesting. They made two huge changes that would define the car's legacy. First, they gave it a larger 1.8-liter B-Series engine, which initially produced 130 horsepower. But the real game-changer came with the race-inspired Integra GSR. It was powered by a 1.7-liter VTEC engine that cranked out 160 horses. The second major update was a fully independent double wishbone suspension at all four corners, which gave the Integra some of the best handling of any car in its class. You can see how the idea that the Integra is just a rebadged Civic is a bit of a misunderstanding. From the beginning, it was designed to be a more advanced and a performance-focused version. It's a core part of its identity, a tradition that somewhat continues to this day.
Introducing the new Acura Integra. Not since Hot Wheels has a car been this fun.
The third generation, from 1994 to 2001, is what most enthusiasts think of when they hear the name. This is the era that truly solidified its legendary status. The car debuted with an all-new chassis, and while the spider eye headlight design might have been a bit polarizing at first, it's now instantly recognizable. The GSR model from this era became a true icon of the tuner scene. Powered by the high-revving B18C1 VTEC engine, it produced 170 horsepower. This thing was built to be driven hard, and it showed with impressive 0 to 60 times hovering around 7 seconds. But the real star of the show was the Type R. Seriously, this car is a myth for a reason. It was introduced to the US for the first time, and it was a masterpiece of engineering. Everything about it was special. The 1.8-liter VTEC engine, a B18C5, was hand-built and pushed out 195 horses. It came with a helical limited slip differential to help put that power down, and the whole car underwent an obsessive weight reduction of 93 pounds compared to the GSR. Its chassis and body were seam-welded for extra rigidity, and it even came in an exclusive championship white paint. All this meticulous, race-bred engineering resulted in a car with breathtaking performance, with some sources listing its 0 to 60 time as low as 6.1 seconds. It's no wonder the Type R absolutely dominated on the track, winning 6 consecutive SCCA World Challenge Touring Car Championships from 1997 to 2002. Its enduring value isn't just because it's rare, it's a direct result of that bespoke, race-focused engineering, something a regular production car just doesn't get. And the market agrees. Because in 2022, a Phoenix Yellow Type R was sold at an auction for over $112,000, which is more than 4 times its original sticker price. This incredible popularity, however, had a darker side. Because the Integra was so loved and its parts were so sought after for swaps and modifications, it became one of the most stolen cars in the US. Thousands were stolen in a single year. And when you factor in crashes and confiscations by police due to illegal street racing, the number of remaining Integras is significantly lower than its original production numbers. This scarcity created by its immense popularity is a big reason why clean, original examples command such high prices today. After the golden era, Acura made a pretty controversial move. For the 4th generation, from 2002 to 2006, they dropped the Integra nameplate in North America and replaced it with the RSX, and it was only sold as a 3-door hatchback. Under the hood was the next chapter in Honda's engine, the K-Series. The base RSX was powered by a 2-liter VTEC engine making 160 horsepower, while the performance-focused Type S produced 200 horses, later upgraded to 210 in 2005. The Type S also came exclusively with a close-ratio 6-speed manual transmission, which was a huge win. It was a solid car, and it competed against some tough rivals of the era, like the Chevrolet Cobalt SS, the Dodge SRT4, and the Subaru WRX. As great as it was, no car is perfect. Owners will tell you about some of the common quirks, like the notorious third gear grind on the manual transmission. While some people have had luck with different transmission fluids, many know that a rebuild is the only real fix for worn synchros. Other common issues included oil leaks, particularly from the oil pan gasket or other seals. Overall, it was a solid car, but its story came to an abrupt end when it was discontinued in 2006. The truth is, this wasn't a sign of its poor quality. It was a casualty of a larger shift in the American automotive market, where consumers were moving away from coupes and hatchbacks and buying more SUVs and sedans. Also, the introduction of the powerful yet less expensive 2006 Civic filled the gap left by the RSX. For 16 long years, the Integra nameplate was gone from the North American market. But a growing wave of nostalgia and a market with a renewed interest in sport compacts led to its long-awaited return for the 2023 model year. This 5th generation came back as a 5-door liftback, and it's a very clear return to the original car's ethos of being a premium sport compact. This new standard Integra is powered by a turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-4 engine borrowed from the Civic Si, making 200 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque. While it comes standard with a CVT, which is a hard sell for some enthusiasts, you can also get a 6-speed manual transmission with rev match control, which is a big deal in this segment. It's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of public reception, with some critics pointing out that it's a bit pricey and lacks some luxury features. The modern-day criticism that it's just a Civic is certainly valid, as the two share platforms and engines. But when you look back at the original Integra, it was always a more luxurious and a sporty version of the Civic. The real question today is whether the price premium is worth it when the competition, even from within the same family, is so strong. For me, the most exciting part of the Integra's return is the modern performance king, the Type S. It's the spiritual successor to the legendary Type R, and while it's not a direct copy, it absolutely carries on the performance DNA of its ancestors. The Type S has a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine from the Civic Type R, with a slight tweak that gives it a power bump to 320 horsepower. Like its predecessor, it is only offered with a 6-speed manual transmission, which is a huge statement in today's market. So, what do you think? What's your favorite generation of the Integra? And what are your thoughts on this new one?